You are watching Slop TVs, previously on Capitalism. This week's episode, E.T., Michael Jackson, and the storybook that shouldn't have been. In 1982, an alien and a pop star collided. Not in space, but in a recording booth. Michael Jackson narrated an E.T. storybook album. It was designed to be a cultural event. Instead, it became evidence in a $2 million lawsuit. This isn't fan fiction. This is the fuck shit of the record biz. The summer of 1982 belonged to Steven Spielberg's E.T., and the winter of 1982 was supposed to belong to Michael Jackson's future classic Thriller. The two projects were produced by the same man, Quincy Jones. Jones, along with Spielberg, proposed a storybook album for MCA Records. Jackson would narrate. It was a perfect synergy of icons, but Jackson was exclusively signed to Epic Records, a subsidiary of CBS. And Epic's president, Walter Yetnikoff, was not about to let his star asset launch a competing product. Epic Records eventually agreed, but under two rigid conditions. 1. The E.T. album could not be released until after Christmas 1982. This was to give Jackson's new album, Thriller, a clean launch window. 2. The new song recorded for the album, Someone in the Dark, was never to be released as a single. Never. The stage was set for a peaceful, profitable coexistence. In the studio, the project was sincere. Jackson famously connected with the alien story. Quincy Jones and Steven Spielberg later recalled that when Jackson narrated E.T.'s death, he broke down and wept. That emotional breakdown was left in the final recording. It was real. Jackson told Ebony magazine he felt E.T.'s story echoed his own. After all, Michael was also an outsider longing for acceptance. He saw his struggles in the aliens. But MCA Records got greedy. MCA violated both of Epic's conditions. They shipped the E.T. album on November 15, 1982, 2 full weeks before Thriller. And to promote it, they pressed and distributed 7-inch promotional singles of Someone in the Dark to radio stations across the country. Walter Yetnikoff was, predictably, pissed the fuck off. Epic's lawsuit was immediate. They demanded $2 million and a total recall. The court agreed. MCA was forced to pull the album from stores. The project was dead. The recall had an immediate, unintentional effect. The promo singles that MCA had sent to radio stations were now among the rarest items in Jackson's entire discography. Thriller was released on November the 29th, 1982. But the E.T. storybook was not done. Despite being withdrawn, the album had sold over 450,000 copies. In 1984, it won a Grammy for Best Recording for Children. It was one of a record-breaking 8 Grammys he won that single night. But the real story, the capitalist moral, happened behind the scenes. The friction from the E.T. lawsuit gave Jackson and his team immense leverage against his own label. Walter Yetnikoff had to make good. According to reports, this corporate war was a key factor in Michael Jackson securing ownership of his master recordings, starting from Off the Wall. The Alien storybook was a short-lived product, but it was also a long-term asset. A multi-million-dollar bargaining chip disguised as a children's record. Checkmate. The project was born from artistic synergy. It was almost destroyed by corporate scheduling. In the end, the alien and the pop star functioned as both icons and assets. Michael Jackson never just sang. He narrated, he licensed, and he litigated. The E.T. storybook lives now in collector vaults and legal footnotes. If you are lucky enough to find a first pressing, The original album can fetch $200 in mint condition on eBay. In Capitalism, even an alien can't phone home without checking with the legal department first.